Hello friends, in this video I will show you how you can use KPNoX for creating horoscopes and also for Astro Vastu purposes. But before that, if you haven't downloaded KPNoX, you can go to www.kpnox.com. Please keep in mind this is currently a Windows desktop application and it's best if you have Microsoft Windows 10. So let's get started. Once you install KPNoX, you can right click on KPNoX and run as admin in case you do not have admin privileges, or if you already have admin privileges on the system you are using, you can just double click and get started. So once you run KPNoX, you should be able to see this interface. I would also like to tell you one more thing. If you are not able to see the complete application window, please make sure that you change your screen resolution so that you are able to see the window as it's shown here. So let's get started with the interface first. The moment you run KPNoX, you will get to see details about all the 9 planets, because in KP we use only 9 planets. So you get something called as the sky view for the location you have selected. So here you have all the 9 planets, the degrees at which they are currently, the zodiac sign they are in, the nakshatra and the pada. Before we add a horoscope, I would also like to explain a little bit about the groups. Groups are nothing but categories of clients that you will probably handle. So let's say you have film stars, you may have regular clients, or you may have politicians who come to you. So if you want to categorize the horoscopes, you can create multiple groups. So this is to add a new group, this is to edit, and this is to delete a group, the group that is selected. But please keep in mind, if you delete a group, any horoscopes that are created or any clients that are created under that group are automatically removed from the system. So the first icon here is for the Hora. So you can just create, you can see the Hora for the current date, system date, and the location is automatically picked up based on the default settings. I'll show you how you can change the location. So the sunrise and sunset for this location for the selected date is automatically shown here. You have the day hora and you have the night hora. You can always use the calendar to change the dates. For example, this is for 19th August for Dubai. So the sunrise is at 5:54 a.m. and sunset is at 6:54 p.m. So this is about the hora part of it. The next icon is for the transit. So if you want to see a detailed view of all the planets and their transit, you can click on the button and it will show you the planetary transit. Again, the location is picked up automatically by the system. I will show you how you can change it. It shows you for the current month. So if you want more details about the planet, for example moon, if I just double click on the cell, you should be able to see more details for moon transit for the selected date, and this is shown on an hourly basis. You can get to see the degree, the sign lord, star lord, etc. All the details for moon as on 27th May 2021. So if you want, this is for the hourly basis, but if you want to go a little more in depth, you can double click on any of those hours and you get to see the breakup at 5-minute intervals. So you can get back to the hourly breakup. So you can double click on any planet for any selected date. So let's say, for example, for Jupiter, I want to see on 6th May. For the entire 24-hour cycle, you get to see the degrees, the sign lord, and so forth. So any planets which are in retro are shown in red. You can see that Mercury is going to turn retro from 30th of May. Rahu and Ketu are always in retro, so irrespective of the month and year you pick, it will always be shown in red. You can see transit starting from 1900 to 2100. It covers 200 years. So if you want to select for a different month, you can just say November. For example, November 2021. These are the transit details. The third icon here is to manage cities. There are about 25,000 cities that are defined in KPNoX already. But if you don't find a city that you're looking for, you can always click on add. You can verify whether the city is available or not based on, you can type the city name, so you get to see the latitude and the longitude. You also have an offset. Let me show you. If you want to add a city, you can enter the name of the city and you pick the time zone. So the moment you pick the time zone, it will automatically set the offset for you. You type in the latitude and longitude of the city that you are adding. So basically, please try to round it off at 4 decimals. So once you have added all the information to the city database, you can choose it at the time of creating a horoscope. Now getting to the settings option, the current city for Skyview is Dubai. Let's assume you are living in Mumbai, so you just select Mumbai, select the city name and click on update, so you automatically get to see the Skyview for Mumbai. So wherever Skyview is calculated, it will be automatically taken for the city that you have selected. So you can always use the refresh button here. So just in case you haven't used KPNoX for a couple of hours, let's say, you can always just use the refresh button to see the latest planetary positions. Once you have set up the basic parameters, which is basically the city where you are, before that, the option, this is for the about, so you can always make sure that you have the latest version, so in case we release any patches, you can have those things also updated. Now when you want to create a horoscope, you just click on add. So you put the name of the client. It's pretty simple, straightforward here. You put the name of the client, let's say we call the client as test, male or female, and then you put the date of birth. Let's say this is 15th August 2005, for example, and this could be 10 a.m. and let's say the location is, see, by default it picks the city that you have selected, so it's Mumbai. Now let's say this person was born in New Delhi. You just pick the city. If you have any daylight settings available in the city that you are selecting, you can change the offset value here. This is automatically picked up, but you can change the value here and then click on add. So this is the horoscope for this person. This, you have 3 different tabs here. The first one is for charts, so it gives you all the basic information about the chart itself, like for example the date of birth, place, latitude, longitude. You also get to know about the sunrise and sunset time, the nakshatra, including the pada. There are a few more things calculated by KPNoX automatically, like the Badak house is shown, the Fortuna is calculated, and a couple of things even for numerology is shown here. By default it shows the North Indian chart. If you want to switch over to South Indian, you can just click on South Indian. There are only 2 charts that are created in KPNoX. One is the Rashi chart and the other one is the KP chart, as you can see here. In the KP chart you will also get to see the degrees at which each of the houses start, or we call them cusps. This is the current transit for all the 9 planets, and Sun is indicated in red. So you know Sun is in the 9th house for this person. It's in Taurus currently and it's in the 9th house. Ruling planets are calculated for the person, both for the natal chart as well as transit. So if you want to see transit, just click on transit. So you see the list of all the ruling planets. Now if you click on the second tab, which is for planets, you get to see all the 9 planets, where they are positioned in the chart, the Rashi they are in, their ownership, sign lord, star and sub. All these are calculated along with the degrees, the nakshatra, the pada they are in. You will also get to see whether they are tenanted or untenanted. This is a very important concept in KP, so you get to see even these details automatically calculated for you. Then KPNoX also generates the planet to house aspects, so you get to see which planet is aspecting which particular house and what degrees they are at. And it also highlights the positive and negative aspects. For example, this one, moon is impacting the 9th house at 180 degrees. Similarly, you get to see even for planet to planet. By default, it shows you for all the aspects. You can quickly filter by positive aspects or negative aspects. And the last one is houses. So you get to see all the cusps 1 to 12 along with the degrees, the sign lord, star lord, nakshatra, etc. You get to see the house significators, the list of planets that signify each house. Then you also have the planet significators level 1 to level 4 and the 4-step significators. So you pretty much have everything that you need in these 3 tabs. Apart from that, you can also quickly open the transit window, which I showed you earlier, and you can see the Dasha Bhukti Antara for the native. So these are all the Dasha planets. This is the Bhukti and this is the Antara. So you can quickly check which particular Bhukti you want to see, and it will also highlight the houses that are active for that period of DBA. So you can see here that it's changing. Okay, and it will also tell you aspects for 3rd, 10th, third for Saturn, Mars and Jupiter. There are additional aspects, so even those are calculated automatically by KPNoX. And you can also use this feature of rotation, chart rotation. So if, let's say for example, you want to rotate to the 4th house, you can just click on this and it will show you the chart for the 4th house. So if you want to get back to the native's chart, you can just click on reset. So this is pretty much everything about KPNoX. You can create as many charts as you want, and please use the application. If you have any issues that crop up, you can always email us at feedback@kpnox.com. So we look forward to hearing. Thank you so much for your time.